Guys, it's Cheryl here again. Another video for you. Although I haven't had an appointment for a while, I actually don't have any more appointments until June. So I figured I better try and fill it up. So I've got some interesting content coming your way. But for now, I want to talk about some of the things that I've experienced while I'm going through my journey. Some of that is hair loss, which is quite common for people that have had the bariatric surgery. I have Googled to get all the proper terminology so that I'm not steering you wrong. So, excuse me. After bariatric surgery, when you start losing weight rapidly, they typically 15 pounds is where it starts. So when you quickly lose a lot of weight in a short period of time, you can lose some of your hair. Your hair is a non-essential function to your body, so your body will just let it go. Some of the things that happen is directly related. So to your nutrition, which is what most people feel it is for after they have their surgery, is that the weight loss is the total factor. But there are ways to help, and there are ways to reduce, and there's some facts that you need to know about hair loss. So I have lost some hair. It has slowed down greatly since I've started really taking care of my hair a little bit better. I'm going to take a moment here and say I've actually been blessed with beautiful hair. I've been blessed with very thick, tough hair. In my earlier videos, I was wearing it naturally. I didn't put anything in it, hardly. There was a little bit of product sometimes if it was really frizzy, but that was about it. I literally washed my hair, shook my head, and let it go. So my first videos, like early videos, you'll see the really curly hair. Since that time, I've started being very mean to my hair. I straighten it. I use a curling wand and all kinds of heat stuff on it, so I've been mean to my hair. So part of my problem is that I've just been awful to my hair. So I'm going to explain a little bit of the science behind this and let you know how I've been making it so my hair is a little bit healthier and not as much hair loss. So first things first, let's get to the actual nitty-gritty of why it happens. So bariatric patients have two major risks from the surgery and rapid weight loss. The first one is the surgery itself, of course, and the second is hair loss. People are very worried about this because there's definitely a self-esteem and self-confidence to your hair. People just like to have good hair. So there's no way of switching back and forth. There's no way of stopping this from happening. It's very natural when your hair starts to fall out after surgery. You can reduce it and your hair will grow back. The only time you really need to worry about this is if you have hair loss continuing more than 1 year after your surgery. Hair loss started more than 6 months after surgery. Patient has had difficulty eating and has not compiled supplementation, and we'll get into that. Patient has demonstrated low values of ferritin, zinc, or protein. Patient has has had more rapid than expected weight loss, and other symptoms of deficiency are present. So the weight loss surgery, I've discussed with you guys that there are supplements you have to take. So the supplements I take are iron, phosphorus. So you have to take your iron. It's imperative. Like, you can't. There's calcium citrate, so you can take calcium, but for bariatric surgery patients, they are better to have the calcium citrate because you can break it down easier and your body absorbs more of the calcium. They also strongly recommend prenatal vitamins, so the vitamins that you take after you have a child. So those ones, I actually have to cut them in half because they're quite large. So I cut them in half and I actually take them. I straddle my pills throughout the day because I find when I try to take them all at once, they just come back up. I don't know what the deal is. I'm not a good pill taker as it is, so that's probably why. the other factor, the other pill that I take is a vitamin D because I'm deficient in vitamin D as well as iron. So I take that supplement as well. The iron is definitely the hardest for me to take even before my surgery. Iron made my stomach cramp up, it made me feel a little nauseous, and it didn't get any better after my surgery. So if you're feeling this, you're not alone. Almost everybody I've talked to has said they've had the same thing from their iron pills. So you have to make sure that you're taking all of your iron, all of your supplements that your surgeon has discussed with you. So typically about 90% of your hairs are in what is this word? Anagen, so in the growth phase, and 10% are in the telogen phase, so dominant or resting phase at any given time, meaning that you're usually losing a lot less hair than you're growing, so you don't have a noticeable hair loss. After your surgery, it does shift a little bit. So what does this say exactly? I know I'm not looking at the camera, it's rude, I'm looking at the science. So for this reason, nutrition can have a great impact on hair health, because when forced to make a choice, the body will shift nutritional stores to the vital organs like your brain, heart, and away from your hair. So basically what it says in a nutshell is ensuring that you're taking your supplements and getting a good rounded nutritional intake. So make sure you're getting your... So what I have here is, it's called Aphogee. I got this at Images and Shades. It's a hair distribution makeup cosmetic. It doesn't really have a lot of cosmetics, mostly hair. But I got this system there. I only bought the first 2 steps because I didn't know what it was like, didn't know how great it was going to be. So, but I think I'm gonna go back and pick up some other pieces. But the 2 pieces I have right now, and I'm actually gonna show you how I do this. So there is a little bit of a process involved with doing this, just not a matter of hopping in the shower in the morning and using this part of the system at least, which is what I've been using, and I find it's really helping. So this is the bottle. I don't know if you can see any of that, but so it's 2-step protein treatment. So it stops hair breakage and rebuilds hair structure for about 6 weeks. This is good for color treated, relaxed, or permed hair. So my hair is colored. I have a lot of gray, so I get my hair colored. So this part, this step, you need to have your hair damp, so you need to have it washed, and then I'll come back to the 2-step protein treatment, what you have to do with this, because there's a bit involved with this. The second part that I bought was the Aphogee Balancing Moisturizer. Infuses moisture and improves manageability, softness, and shine. So they recommended this to do after the first step. The ladies at the salon, at the store, suggested this. So this is just a normal conditioner. This you just put in, you leave it on. It says for about 2 minutes and rinse thoroughly, dry, and style. So it's just like a normal conditioner that you use in your hair. It's the first part that's a little more challenging. And it's not even challenging, it's just time consuming. But you don't do it every day. Like this works for 6 weeks, it says. I'm about 4 weeks since I did it last. I am doing it again prior to the 6 weeks. It doesn't say my hair will fall out. I didn't find anything online that said my hair will fall out. But I do think I need to step up the treatment step to 4 weeks, just because although it's helped my hair, I do find that I'm still getting some fallout and some breakage. So I really want to step this up and try and save my hair a little bit. And I've had my hair cut recently and colored, so let's start sealing in the healthiness, I guess. That's the best way of putting it. So I'm just gonna pop off and have a shower so that my hair is damp, so I can apply this and show you how this works. I'll just be back in a few minutes to show you how it is. Be right back. Okay, so I'm back. My hair is dampened. So the first thing I need to do is tame the beast. Typically I would use a wide tooth comb for this step, but I'm fairly sure my cat has eaten it or something because it's missing. So I need to brush out the hair. To alleviate breakage, especially when your hair is wet, because you shouldn't really do your hair wet, to alleviate breakage and pulling more hair out, you should always start from the bottom of your hair and work down that way. And as you find there's less and less knots, you get a little higher and just gently, don't reef. I'm definitely guilty of reefing on my hair when I'm in a hurry, but you really shouldn't. But it should be just a long, smooth, straight stroke as much as possible. My hair is really thick and really curly, so I do end up with these little gnarls. It's just put it in your hand and gently work it through. Don't rake your brush through. So go ahead and finish brushing out. Believe it or not, starting at the bottom and working your way up actually makes it easier to untangle your hair. I didn't believe it at first when I first started, but it's absolutely true. All right. Oops. Very attractive, I know, but all part of the process. Okay. So now that my hair is brushed out, not too much hair in the brush. There's a little bit, but that's about what I normally lose. Prior to surgery, I have so much hair that... so next we're gonna use the Aphogee. What do I keep calling it? Aphogee. Faux, like faux noodles. So I'm gonna start with this. I use a little bit more than recommended because my hair is a little bit thicker, and I'm just one of those people, I always use too much stuff. So you put it in your hand, and it's kind of an oil. It's not really a cream or a shampoo. So you place that in your hand. I've got a decent amount. I don't even know if you can see that, but then you make a mess in your makeup room, and then you just work it through your hair. This stuff smells savory. It smells like herbs. It smells like sage, and I don't mind the smell, but the conditioner smells quite nice that you use afterwards, so it doesn't really matter. I am going to add some more. Like I said, I always use too much, but it's a big bottle. So, hair in my mouth. Okay. I keep going off frame, sorry. Okay, so get that work nice and worked in. Alright, so your hair should be decently damp with this stuff, hence why I use so much, just because I have so much hair. But like I said, there's a lot there. I think I just hit the... Okay. Alright. I think that's probably about right. So the next step in doing this, you are going to need a towel to wipe off your hands. This stuff is color safe. I think I said that, color, perm, all of that safe, so don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt your stuff. So what you're going to need next for this is just your handy dandy hair dryer. Mine's just a Conair. I highly recommend using a diffuser. Not only should you use a diffuser at all times, because diffusing the heat and distributing it properly is better for your hair, but when you're drying your hair, you're not going to use high heat, you're not going to use hot, you're going to use warm, and you're going to use a lower setting, because you don't want your hair to move. You don't want it to, you know, when you dry your hair, how it normally does this, you don't want that. You don't want it blowing in the breeze. You just want to dry it. So So you don't want your hair to move around a lot. It's going to move a little bit because of the breeze from the dryer, but you don't want it to tousle while you're drying. The reason for that is this stuff dries hard. So your hair is hard. So have you ever, back in the day, used a little too much gel and you know that crunchy feeling? That's what your hair is going to feel like when you're done. So let's go ahead and get this started. This is long and tedious. So I do tend to put the dryer right next to mine, but you can do it any way you like, as long as you're not doing, you know, that to make your hair go. I usually have music for this, so. If you have really long hair, you can gently lift it and do the under portion like that if it helps. I find it helps because my hair is thicker, so lifting it up and just setting it, not doing anything crazy, just setting it on the dryer helps. And remember, this is a warm setting, not a hot. You don't want to cook your hair. So just, you know, I don't know. So I don't know if you can see any of these settings. So I have a hot setting, I have a warm, I have a high, and I have a low. So I have them both on low and warm. I also have a cool shot for freezing hairstyles, but I'm not going to be using that today. All right, so I'm going to finish drying my hair, and when I'm done doing that, I'll come back and I will show you the hard stuff. All right, so I think my hair is sufficiently dry. I know that it probably doesn't look dry because this stuff, when it dries in your hair, it darkens it up a little bit, but you can see that it's, well, maybe you can't with the window behind me, but it's hard. Like, it doesn't really move. It's, you know, like I said, like there's a lot of gel in it. So now all I do is go and have a shower and gently rinse it out. Do not brush your hair when you have this in it. Brushing it out can break your hair even more while this stuff's in it. And don't emulsify it while you're washing. Don't do this. Just gently let the water, it rinses out pretty easy, I have to admit. Just let the water hit and, you know, do this. And once your hair feels softer to your fingertips, then you can start working your hair. And then I just use the conditioner in it, just like you would regular conditioner. So a little bit, well, it says about a quarter size. I use a little bit more than that. And work that through your hair, and you leave the conditioner in for about 2 minutes, it says. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll be back. Okay, so I finished my shower. As I said, the conditioner needs to stay in your hair for at least 2 minutes. So typically what I do is I just work the conditioner through my hair and then just carry on with normal shower stuff like washing my body, shaving, doing whatever. And I've let my hair mostly air dry. I did use the dryer just a little bit because my hair holds water like crazy. It's like a big old sponge. I'm kind of like a beaver pelt. My hair has no product in it, no nothing. This is just what it dries like. As you can see, it's definitely brought back some of my curl because as I mentioned in the intro, I'm really mean to my hair. I use straighteners on it, I use a lot of product, I use curling irons, I'm mean to my hair, so it's kind of burnt out. But it's brought back a lot of the curl. I know it's a little frizzy, but again, I'd have no product in here. So I'm really quite happy with how this Aphogee stuff works. Like I said, I'll link it down below where I get it from. The 2-in-1 protein is $22 a bottle, and the conditioner is $9.99. They have a whole line. I think there's about 7 different products in the line. So there's like a leave-in conditioner and all that kind of stuff. I think I'll go back for the leave-in conditioner, but I don't know if I'll bother with the rest because just don't think I need it. But yeah, hopefully this will work for you. Give it a try and rate, comment, and subscribe. See you guys soon.